Okay, we're gonna try this shit again. Sorry guys, I did actually do this before, but there was a problem between the keyboard and the chair and it didn't work. So we're gonna try it again. Today's video is about getting out of your own way. I've been just as guilty as anyone else in regards to doing this, but one of the things that we do is we put obstacles in our way and we start creating scenarios in our head and our lives to hold us back. Basically what keeps us safe. I was talking to a lady today, and she stayed with her husband for 24 years. Every day he used to hit her, and treated her like shit, and she didn't like it. She didn't like being with him, but she stayed for the kids. It was a safe situation, and it was what it was. One of the problems that we have is that we have been given a value by someone else, and we think that that's the value that we have. We want to be better, but we don't think it's possible. You know, you've got crappy furniture, you live with it. You've got broken teeth like me, and everyone keeps telling me this, and I'm aware of this. These are problems I can fix. I can't fix you, but I can fix my problem with that. That's my problem. One of the things that we need to do is get out of our own way. I was stuck in my room for almost 2 years because I wasn't well. I didn't know that I could get outside. I didn't know there were things that I could do. And I kept the people around me thinking that they were the ones who would keep me safe. They would keep me happy. And even though I wasn't happy, I was just as guilty as a lot of other people, and we keep those people around us because it's what we know, it's what is safe, and what's comfortable for you. Who is it who defines who you are? Is it you? Or is it the ex-girlfriend, the ex-boyfriend, the husband, the wife, your parents, someone that you go for a job interview with? Are they the people that tell you if you're good? Or is it you that says you're good? Who is it you ask for help when you need it? A lot of us, the instant answer would be family. Who is your family? Is it your mum and dad who had sex and had you? Is it the grandfather, the aunt, the uncle who raised you? Is it the stepfather that you used to go and visit and who broke up with your mum and you go and live with him for a while? Is it your friend's parents who you would go to their house every day and you just started living at their house one day because you didn't want to go home? Are they who your family is? Or is your family the people that you know, if you call them today, they will come and help you? That's the reality. And when you find that you're asking people for help and they're not able to be there, or they just don't respond when you ask them for help, perhaps they're not really the people you think. Now, they may have issues, and yes, 100% of the time, not everyone can be there for you. But if you know that you get into trouble and you don't know if anyone will help you, it can be a very, very dark place. And it's impossible, or it seems impossible, for you to get any better. Sometimes it's better to cut those toxic people out of your life. Now, I've been one of those toxic people. I've spent months, years, fixating on drama, and my life's never going to get any better. There's no matter what I do, there's going to be a struggle. There's always, always, always something else that goes wrong. Is that my fault? Or is that the fault of the people who caused the scenarios in the first place? Perhaps if I had had a better view, I wouldn't have been in those scenarios. Perhaps if I valued myself, I wouldn't. And if you value yourself, and you value who you are, and you know what you need, not what you want, what you need for yourself, because they're different. A want is something that if you get it, you get it. But a need is something that you have to be you, to survive. I didn't know what I needed. I had a fantastic woman that I was married to, but I was missing half of the relationship. There was very little sex. I'll get on to how you get a woman to have sex in another video, but didn't really have the sex. I was in another relationship with a beautiful woman who sex was fantastic, relationship was shit. Relationship was rubbish, and I got bored with both of them. Both the sex and the relationship with both of them, because I was dealing with other stuff. We're all looking for something that we don't have. If you ask your mate, if you're talking, if there is a guy, if you go out with your guys, you're talking to your friends, and they always say, "Oh, bro, my missus is awesome, my missus does this, or my missus doesn't do that." And we spend a lot of time complaining and comparing who's better, whose is better. Does it really matter? Does it matter if Doesn't matter if your friend is with a woman that you find repulsive, but makes him happy. Doesn't matter if you have a woman who's everyone else wants, but doesn't satisfy your needs. What do you actually need? Because the reality is, if you start thinking about what other people have and start worrying about what you don't have, you're already starting to cause a problem. And sometimes you really just need to get out of your own way. Sometimes you just need to say, cut it. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I need to move on. I need to do something else. See, I can put 20 kilos back on. I can go and get my teeth fixed. It costs me a lot of money, but I'm getting them done. But I can't fix the things I've already done. I can only work forward. And I've spent the last 2 or 3 weeks being tested constantly tested. And now I ask you, if you've seen Evan Almighty, God says that, would you prefer I gave you patience or the opportunity to be patient? And I've been tested quite a few times. I've had people contacting me, emailing me, and I've tried as hard as I can to keep my focus, my mentality, and the ability to keep moving forward. And that's what I've tried to do. And I've been tested, as are we all. We are tested constantly. Whether you think it's a higher power, whether you think it's just the hoops that you need to jump through to get through the stuff, maybe it is. But you need to keep your focus. You need to keep out of your own way. You need to find what makes you happy and keep pushing, keep getting better. Every day you need to be better than you were yesterday. And if you're not, then your day has been wasted. You need to make sure that you are better, no matter what you do. Like today, it's a beautiful day. It's the second day in a row. It's been sunny, and I've been outside, and I haven't done that for a long time, and I have missed it. And it's coming up this summer. We're going to be doing partying. We're going to be going out. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. And if you keep sitting inside and focusing on the stuff that you're doing and dealing with your rubbish, you will only continue to be in that. And I hope that you have got at least something from what I've said today. It's really hard for me to stop talking when I do start talking, so I'm doing the videos because it gives me something to talk to, when my friends aren't around. And there are a lot of my friends that are here. They're one of my friends that I help. I have 2 friends called Shah. One of them has issues with one thing, the other one has issues with something else, and I help them all the time. And there are other people that I've tried to help who legitimately didn't want to help themselves, and no matter what you do, they just don't want to help. Even leaving them alone, they still didn't want to. I've had to have tough love from a couple of people so recently, and I've had to give them tough love, and some people don't want to get better. But if you want to get better, find what you want, go for it. Get out of your own way. It's important that you do. Have a good afternoon, guys. Bye.